Here is a fact that should deeply unsettle you. You share your home, your food, your bed, sometimes your pillow, with a domesticated wolf, and you are paying for the privilege. Hello, you bald ape. We open the case on why humans are the way we are. Today's case, dog domestication. Specifically, who domesticated whom? The official story goes like this. Brave, clever humans took wild wolves, tamed them, selectively bred them, and over thousands of years turned them into obedient companions. The evidence says something considerably more embarrassing. So let's open the file. First, timeline. Dogs split from wolves somewhere between 15,000 and 40,000 years ago. That range is wide because the science is still genuinely contested. What we know for certain is this. It happened before agriculture, before villages, before any human was remotely settled enough to run a breeding program. These were nomadic hunter-gatherers. They were barely managing their own lives. The idea that they had the spare bandwidth to selectively breed wolves is, let's call it, optimistic. So, if humans didn't orchestrate domestication, what actually happened? The leading hypothesis, and the one with the most genetic and archaeological support, is called the dump hypothesis. And it is exactly what it sounds like. Humans make waste, a lot of it. Bone scraps, fat, gristle, offal, the stuff even a hungry hunter-gatherer leaves behind. For a wolf, this is a free lunch. A consistent, reliable, low-effort free lunch. The wolves that were bold enough and calm enough around humans to approach the dump site got more calories with less effort. More calories, better survival, more pups. Those pups inherited the boldness. Over generations, the wolves that lived closest to humans naturally selected for reduced fear of humans. Nobody planned this. The wolves were running the experiment. Think about that. The wolf is not being domesticated. The wolf is self-selecting toward us. We are the resource. We are the habitat. This is called self-domestication, and it is not unique to wolves. It is how commensal animals work. They move toward us. We are the niche. But the wolf's move was the most consequential, because it didn't just take the food, it started to become useful. Wolves bark at threats. They detect scent at range. They can hear things humans categorically cannot. A wolf at the edge of camp is a free early warning system, a predator detector, a biological alarm. The humans who tolerated these dump wolves nearby lived a little safer, which means they survived a little more reliably, which means they had more children. Selection pressure was operating on both species at the same time. The wolves were selecting for proximity to humans, and humans were being selected to tolerate, maybe even to prefer, wolves. A co-evolutionary loop, locked in, across millennia. Now, here is the part that should make you put down whatever you are eating. The wolf didn't just change its behavior around humans, it changed its face. Over thousands of generations, the proto-dogs that lived near humans evolved shorter snouts, rounder skulls, floppy ears, and something remarkable above their eyes, a muscle called the levator anguli oculi medialis. Wolves don't have it. Dogs do. It raises the inner brow. One small muscle. That makes dogs look, to human brains, like they are making a sad face. Researchers at the University of Portsmouth found that dogs perform this expression significantly more when humans are watching, not when they're alone. When we are watching. The dog knows you are there, and it is performing at you. This expression hijacks a deeply human neural response, the same one triggered by human infant faces. Rounded features, big eyes, raised inner brows. Our brains are wired to find this irresistible. It's called the baby schema effect, Kindchenschema, described by Konrad Lorenz in 1943. Rounded head, large eyes, small chin. It triggers nurturing behavior in humans automatically. Dogs evolved to look like babies, not by accident, by selection. The dogs that looked more baby-like got fed more, got protected more, survived more. The wolf reverse-engineered our parental instincts and weaponized them. Let's talk about gaze, because this is where the manipulation gets genuinely unsettling. When a dog locks eyes with you, both your oxytocin levels and the dog's oxytocin levels rise. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the one released between a mother and a newborn child. This was documented by Takafumi Kikusui and colleagues at Azabu University in 2015. A 30-minute gaze session. Oxytocin in both species. Up. Wolves don't do this. Raised wolves, hand-reared, socialized, they don't trigger the same loop. This is something dogs evolved specifically. A gaze hijack. The dog figured out how to make you love it using the exact neurochemical pathway you use to love your children. And it runs in both directions. The dog's oxytocin rises too. They are not faking it, which is, somehow, more troubling. Now, let's look at what dogs can do that no other animal on Earth can do. Dogs can follow a human pointing gesture. This sounds trivial. It is not. Chimpanzees, our closest relatives, largely cannot do this. They look at the hand, not where it's pointing. Dogs look where you point. Dogs read human communicative intent. They understand that the pointing is about something beyond the hand. They model our minds. This is called theory of mind, the ability to model another being's mental states. It is vanishingly rare in the animal kingdom. Dogs developed a partial theory of mind specifically tuned to humans, not to other dogs, to us. That is a feature built for one environment, the human world. They did not evolve this for wolves, they evolved it for you. Every dog is, at a neural level, purpose-built for human society. Let's talk genetics, because the genetic record tells a story that the fossil record alone cannot. In 2016, a study in Science by Axelson and colleagues identified specific gene variants in dogs, not in wolves, related to starch digestion. Dogs have more copies of the amylase gene, the enzyme that breaks down starch. Wolves have 2 copies. Some dog breeds have up to 30. This means dogs evolved to digest human food, specifically the grain and starch-heavy scraps that came from human campsites. The dog's gut is tuned to our diet. It adapted to our food waste. Its digestive system is, at the molecular level, built around us. And then there is the behavior genetics. The WBSCR17 gene, associated in humans with Williams-Buren syndrome, a condition characterized by extreme sociability and trust of strangers. Dogs have mutations in the same gene region. Bridget von Holt and colleagues found this in 2017. Dogs are genetically predisposed to an extreme trust of strangers, specifically humans. The dog trusts you because it is literally genetically wired to. Not because you are trustworthy, because the wolves that were best at trusting humans survived. Now, you might be thinking, fine, wolves changed, but humans didn't change for wolves. We just happened to have garbage they wanted. Wrong. Humans changed for dogs too, and the evidence is in our eyes. Humans have unusually large white areas around the iris. Other apes don't. Our eyes are evolved to be readable, to broadcast gaze direction to others around us. This is cooperative eye hypothesis. Our eyes evolved to communicate, to signal intention to trusted partners. Some researchers argue that dogs specifically exploit our readable sclera. They use our eye direction to understand us. And we evolved eyes that are unusually easy to read. Did our readable eyes evolve in part because of dogs? We don't know for certain. But the timing overlaps, and the mutual gaze loop does not require coincidence. It requires co-evolution. Here's another thing that changed: our immune systems. Living in close contact with dogs, their dander, their saliva, their paw dirt exposes humans to a range of microbes. Children raised with dogs have measurably different immune profiles, lower rates of allergies, lower rates of certain autoimmune conditions. The dog has been training our immune system continuously for 15,000 years minimum. We are not just emotionally dependent on dogs, we are physiologically entangled with them. Now, let's talk about the modern world, because the domestication is still happening. It never stopped. Humans spend, globally, over $130 billion per year on pets, the majority on dogs. We buy them insurance, we build them hospitals, we bake them birthday cakes. We have built an entire economy around their well-being, while a significant portion of our own species lacks clean water. The wolf found the ultimate exploit. It moved into the human emotional core and has been rent-free ever since. Let's consider the domestication question from the wolf's perspective. A wolf in the wild has a brutal life. Hunt, compete, starve, survive. Mortality is high. Territory is contested. Every meal costs energy. A proto-dog near a human camp. Free food, shelter from larger predators, warmth from fires. Survival costs drop dramatically. Reproductive success rises. From a fitness standpoint, Evolutionary fitness, gene propagation. The proto-dog made the correct call. There are 900 million dogs on Earth. There are fewer than 200,000 wild wolves by any measure of biological success. The dog won. The dog is one of the most numerous large mammals on the planet. It achieved this by convincing us to feed it, house it, care for it, and breed it. That is not a domesticated animal. That is an apex manipulator. And here is the part that really closes the file. The Belyaev-Fox experiment. Starting in 1959, Soviet geneticist Dmitry Belyaev selectively bred silver foxes for one trait only: tolerance of humans. Within 45 generations, not thousands, the foxes had developed floppy ears, curled tails, rounder faces, mottled coloration, and dog-like behavior. Nobody selected for floppy ears, nobody selected for curly tails. These appeared automatically, a package deal with reduced fear aggression. It is called domestication syndrome. Domestication syndrome. A cluster of physical and behavioral changes that come bundled together when you select for reduced fear. It is not random, it is mechanistic. The likely mechanism involves neural crest cells, cells in the embryo that give rise to adrenal glands, pigment, ear cartilage, jaw shape, and behavioral reactivity. Select calm and you get the whole package. This is why domestic dogs look the way they do, not because humans chose floppy ears for cuteness, because floppy ears come free with the calmness gene. And the puppy eyes? The levata anguli oculi medialis, almost certainly part of the same package. The wolf did not design the puppy eyes. Evolution produced the puppy eyes as a side effect of selecting for animals that weren't afraid of us. And then we selected for more of it. Because we couldn't help ourselves. Because we are animals too, and this triggered our wiring. We thought we were selecting, we were being selected by, simultaneously, indistinguishably. This is the uncomfortable truth about human uniqueness. We think we are the agents. We think we are the ones making choices. But we are also just animals in an ecosystem, being shaped by the pressures around us, including a medium-sized canid that figured out, entirely by accident, that hanging around us was a better strategy than being a wolf. So let's close the file. Here is what the evidence actually shows. The dog domestication story is not a story of human ingenuity and animal obedience. It is a story of mutual exploitation. The wolf found our waste, moved in, got free food, and in exchange gave us early warning systems, hunting assistance, warmth, and, critically, a biological hack of our own bonding circuitry. Both species changed. Both benefited. Neither planned it. And 40,000 years later, you are buying one of them organic duck-flavored kibble from a subscription service. Case closed. You didn't choose the dog. The dog, or the process that made it, chose you. And honestly, you don't seem to mind. If this file interested you, there are more waiting on why you blush, on why childbirth is so brutal, on how your body is a museum of bad evolutionary decisions. Subscribe. The next file is already open.